Hey YouTube, it's Magician34, and I've got a cool little deck that's kind of a combo deck, and it's an old idea, but I was messing with it the other day, and I thought it'd be fun enough to share with y'all just in case y'all hadn't seen it. It runs on Exodia the Forbidden One, so obviously we're running all 5 pieces of Exodia. The concept of the deck is simple, and what makes it so cool is that it relies on using the Bistro Butcher. This guy's just hilariously awesome. Whenever he deals damage to the opponent, they are forced to draw 2 cards. So the idea is that you donate the Bistro Butcher to your opponent with Creature Swap or Xian Spy, which is what we're using, and then you attack it with a bunch of monsters who get you new monsters, and then you draw a bunch of cards and you draw Exodia. That's the combo of the deck. The deck is full of lots of recruiting monsters, which we'll get to in a second. I'm also running 1 copy of Chainsaw Insect. It kind of ups my chances for getting the combo off because this is like a 4th Bistro Butcher. Yes, he's a lot bigger and he draws you fewer cards, but we also run 1 day apiece, so you don't take any pain, and Bistro Butcher doesn't work with 1 day apiece, but Chainsaw Insect does. So it's just a nice little 4th Bistro Butcher, essentially, is all he is. We are running 3 copies of UFO Turtle. Obviously, ram him into Butcher, get another UFO Turtle, ram that into the Butcher, get another Turtle, ram that into Butcher, get another Turtle, and when you're out of those guys, you go get your Mask Dragons, which are Fire Attribute. Lather, rinse, repeat, and when those guys run out, you use your Troop Dragons, which you can go get with Mask Dragon until you just run out of them, and by then you should have drawn so many cards you've probably got it in the bag. And we're also running 3 copies of Nova Summoner. Yay, Nova Summoner. Kind of the same deal, lather, rinse, repeat, and when you run out of Nova Summoners, you go get Shining Angels. Now, to be fair, this deck is missing, because I don't have it right now, it is missing UFO Roid. He's a level 5 guy, but what you do is he's the link between these light attribute guys and the fire attribute guys, because you can go search him with Shining Angel, and that allows you to go get the UFO Turtle that kind of completes the circle. I didn't have them. It works a little better with that, but you know, this version works just as well, especially if you're just messing around casually. I am also running 3 copies of Mystic Tomato, because you can do the same little cycle, and then you've got Sangan, of course, is the end of that chain, because he can get you an Exodia piece, and he's Sangan. He and Exodia just go together. Spell-wise, we're running 3 copies of Creature Swap. Obviously, you need 1 Recruiter and your Bistro Butcher, preferably, on the field in order to get your combo off, and all they need is 1 creature. Doesn't matter what it is, doesn't matter what you steal, really, unless it's smaller than Bistro Butcher, in which case that's awesome. And most people's impulse is to give you the smaller monster, which is actually the mistake, because that's just 1 more monster you can ram into your own Bistro Butcher and draw 2 cards, but that's fine if they want to do it that way. More power to them. We also have Xian Spy. We could run Mystic Box, which destroys an opponent's monster and donates something to your opponent, but Xian Spy is a little bit better. Destruction is easier to negate with things like Stardust Dragon, so that's 1 nail in its coffin. And the other nail is, suppose they don't have a monster at the moment. Xian Spy will work whether they have a monster or not, so it gives you a little more flexibility. So that's 2 reasons to run Xian Spy over it. We have 3 copies of Upstart Goblin, because it's kind of a no-brainer. And we also have 3 copies of 1 Day apiece. It just draws you a card and guarantees you safety. It won't keep your monsters alive, and that's something to remember. It doesn't prevent damage to monsters like Wabaku does. It only protects you. But it's still a great way to just buy yourself a free turn and be 1 card deeper into your deck. We also run Pot of Avarice. Preferably you're going to cycle back stuff like Sangan and the tomatoes. But you can also cycle back extra things that you might want to recruit for to draw 2 cards, which is always good for you. And then we've got Monster Reborn. This can help you get your Butcher and a Recruiter out on the field. In case you go like turn 1, set a Recruiter, your opponent destroys it with an effect. Next turn you have Bistro Butcher. Monster Reborn is 1 more way to get that Recruiter out with the Butcher. So, food for thought there. That's the whole main deck. And your extra deck doesn't really matter. Just in case, you might want to run Utopia and possibly Maystroke. If you get into a weird, tight situation, they're nice little stallers who might buy you some time. But the whole premise of the deck basically is just to cycle through all these recruiters and draw a bazillion cards thanks to Bistro Butcher. Yes, it's janky. Yes, it's gimmicky. Yeah, people are probably going to hate you, but they're also going to really just think it's hilarious. And if they don't, well, then they really need to lighten up, because running decks like this, at least casually, is awesome. Yeah, if you do this at a YCS and beat somebody, okay, they deserve to be pissed off. But otherwise, it's just a fun way to play. So if you're looking for something really different to kind of test your skills and mess around with, this is something that's worth trying. So, till next time, like, comment, subscribe, and check out my channel for more cool gaming content.